So Nicole, go to customer relations. Click on customer relations. And then contacts and leads. Okay, and then contacts and leads. Then we're gonna add me to this. So click on new up top right. So this is adding a customer to the database. So put me in, Steve, Keith. Put Steve at cbskyridge.com. Put my cell phone number, 909-744-7690. So I call in to Nicole and I send in an email request, and you know my email address, my cell phone number, and my name, right? So save me. That's all you need to know. Okay, so now let's go out of that and go to the actual contact record. So I'm there, I'm in her database, right here, see down below? Click on that. Okay, now scroll over here to the right and down. So, interestingly enough, all you did was put in my name and phone number, and look what all popped up here. Okay, so you get to see who I am immediately. Okay, scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down.
Where does it get the pictures from?
Scroll down. The intelligence on this is incredible. Organizations, Coldwell owner, broker, or I used to be there, I had a loan president. Keep scrolling down. Okay, all my social media, everywhere that you want to find me, Facebook, Foursquare, Gravatar, Instagram, everything.
Says your gender.
So it's extremely powerful for you to use this when you put this information in. Don't you want to know who you're dealing with and who you're looking at? That does it for you. Okay. Pretty scary. So that was just a little extra tidbit for you. So that might encourage you to put into your database these leads as they come in. The other thing you might want to notice is that when you go into your system, you're going to have a bunch. Has anybody done it? Has anybody gone in this and looked at their contacts? You're going to have a bunch. Okay? You're going to have some in there that you didn't even put in there because they were fed to you either off your website or there's a form that you can put on Facebook. Have you seen those things that say, what's the value of your home?
Yeah.
Okay, the minute that somebody puts their address and information in there into your web form, which you can copy on Facebook or any other place, it shows up here. Their information shows up
Do
here.
you get notified?
I'll show you how to do that. Yes, you do get notified that someone accessed the system.
So is that sent to your email?
You want to show them real quick? You want to show them real quick that contact lead just so they know what?
Yep.
Because you may not know about this. So guys, what we did real quickly was we added me to this database, right? We put my name in, we put my email address and my phone number, like I inquired off the internet or I just called in. And then the contact record, when you go to it and you scroll down, you'll notice that automatically images show up so you can see who I am. And then it also gives you a bunch of information about me, like where do I work and all that type of stuff based on the internet. And then it also gives you my social media sites. So for example, my LinkedIn, Facebook, probably Instagram. Okay, so when you put that information in there, did you guys know you already know that it did that?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't need to talk about it. Okay, Nicole.
All right, you ready for me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Everybody's here.
All right. So as you guys can see, I'm logged in as an agent so that you guys can see the exact buttons that you will have displaying on your screen. As you can tell, that all the buttons are now down the side of your screen. They're no longer along the top. If you have taken the other class, the marketing class, you'll understand the to-do list over here. And you can add stuff in there. Eventually, the calendar part of it does suck right now, and they are aware of it. They're working on it. But for now, if you want to add stuff to your calendar, you can add stuff in there, and then you can make to-dos. They will text you alerts. They will email you alerts. It's kind of like your phone, how you set reminders on that. The nice part about it is that you will eventually be able to, for all of your sales, listings, so forth, you'll be able to add in dates for contingency removals, for all of that, and it'll alert you when you need to make sure contingency is removed, or you need disclosures out or inspections out, and it will send you like a reminder text. You can select which one you want on how to alert you. But they'll cover all of that. There's a bunch of other stuff that also goes over like purchasing a phone number that's through IQ and so forth. But the main purpose of this is the financial tab. Before I go into financial though, there is a button that all of you guys have, and it will come in handy, and it's called your home folder. So under your files button, you have a home folder. Now in here is, you want to pretend that it's like the documents on your document section of your computer. You can utilize it the same. The only difference will be is if you upload stuff into this home folder. So say you have something that's going to eventually come on the market and you wanted to put your listing agreement, but it's not going to be active or in our system for a few weeks. You can upload it to the home folder and store it in here. And if you're on vacation or you're out of the office and you can't get to your computer, if you access this from any computer, you have all of your documents stored right in your IQ office. So you can take care of giving Jeannie a listing when you're on vacation if you need to.
Hint, hint.
She's like, great.
Yeah. I didn't look at you, Sophie. How you do it though is you want to upload. You can go to add files. You can send them from your desktop or from wherever you have something stored on here. And you just click on it. You can create folders. You can create subfolders. As you can see here, there's a folder here. And you can also go to actions and you can move stuff into other folders as well if you wanted to send it somewhere. And you can rename it and so forth. This gives you the ability to access it from anywhere, and it's like the documents on your desktop. I will show you where this will come in handy in the financial part in just a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I was able to show you guys that.
Go from my home folder to shared folder. I'll try it. Go to files. Oh, maybe they don't have it. They don't have it.
No, it's
Yeah, they have shared
oh,
folder.
right
So
there.
click on shared folder. Okay, so shared folder is a folder. That's a company folder.
Okay.
So if I put, you know that we have the documents section, okay? But this is the same thing. If you click on that, for example, today I wanted to save, click on that. Can you open it? It won't open?
Oh,
There you go. All right, so the Ninja pre-listing interview document that some of you know about, I wanted a handy place to have that to where I could access it from anywhere. So what I did was I uploaded, I created in my own home folder, I created a Ninja folder, and then I put the pre-listing interview, and then I thought, well, gee, maybe everybody else might want that too. And so I went to the shared folder, created the same thing, Ninja folder. So as time goes on, you're gonna notice that there's gonna be more and more folders that are gonna show up there, and I'm gonna keep putting stuff in there. For example, our breakdowns, our market statistics and things like that, there's gonna be a separate folder there where you can go in and look at that stuff.
So the same as me.
Exactly, but it'll be a little bit more, it's gonna be more organized. I'm gonna make sure that the folders are kept instead of having, just random files in there. Okay?
And
Thanks.
this would also be a good spot to, not the shared one, but your individual folder, home folder, to store the CDAs that I send to you. The breakdowns of how it is. so that you can locate them, because you can download them and keep them straight on here instead of on your desktop.
You might want to set up a folder for each client, for example, too. Might be helpful for you to do that.
Okay, so if you go down at the bottom, you have the financial tab, and you will go into my transactions. The difference is now that there's a few different buttons. As you can see, the search button at the top will remain at the top at all times, no matter what screen you're in. You can now search contact, an MLS number, one of your listings. You can just type in numbers, and anything that is in that realm. Oops. Anything that's in that contains that will auto-populate that you've done. Not anybody else, but that you have done. So you can easily search right there. If you're trying to search for your open pendings, as you can see now, like your active open pending and so forth, they're now color coordinated on your transaction page, and they'll show right here. I have a lot of you ask for documents from old files or ask how you get into closed stuff, and I've showed you before. It used to be in a different spot. Now you can go to your status right up here. You can select the status type that you would like, and you can click apply, and it will also populate in all of your closed deals as well, if that's what you select. If, one second, sorry, I clicked the button, hold on 1 second. One thing that a lot of people miss is they end up clicking, or they think that it's only feeding by status or by your listing, and you guys always ask me, like, how do I change? And I'll show you in documents also, to where I can see it when it was last updated or when it was last done. You can click on these words here, and it'll sort it by, you know, sales price, by whatever price or whatever status you want. And then right over here, if you need it more explicit as far as like you are trying to narrow it down, you can also search by these as well. But right now I will go into a deal. Okay, you now have the option, and you won't have the ability to eventually, but if you have someone that does your files for you and they are in IQ, so it's another agent or so forth, as long as we know, I can now assign a coordinator for you. The coordinators can only see your checklist and your documents. So they aren't going to see all of your other stuff. They will only see those things, but it'll be beneficial because we can assign them now to where they aren't having to log into your screen individually, or in some circumstances they will now actually know what's going on and not be surprised by a file that's been in escrow for 2 weeks.
Or closes.
Yeah, or closes. This information here is pretty much the same as it was before. The only difference is your email address for that particular transaction is now down on the right side of your screen. So the email addresses are right here. And then at the top, the financial tab, which I'm not going to open, just shows your sales price and the percentage of what that deal is. Under people, I always get people who ask me or come up and give me information sheets. I want to know when an address changes or when there's information that changes for our records, but you also have the ability to edit your clients as well. So if you're in here and you think, oh, you know what, I need to add a phone number or something like that, you can go into actions and you can edit and you can put more information. We put what you guys give us, so if we don't have everything, then we aren't going to be putting it in here, and so you can go in and add the stuff, or if something's spelled wrong, please feel free to go in. Chances are it was a typo for us. The other thing that you guys have the ability to do is add in the vendors. So we will always put in the escrow company and the escrow number, but you guys now have the ability to add a vendor. So if we don't have, because not all of you fill out your information sheets completely, so if we don't have the vendor for a warranty or anything like that, you can go in and add them yourself, and you can type in whatever. If I have the warranty information, I would say put in, for reference, you can put in what the max price is that you were going to get the warranty, or if you have the receipt number, you can put that there. But you'll see that our escrow companies are under title vendors. I had the question yesterday, why does it say that? We're one of the only states that actually uses an escrow company as our closing and not a title company. So that's why it reads that way, because there's other companies in other states that use this system as well. Any questions so far? Okay.
So this replaces a CRM?
It is a CRM. Yeah.
Okay. So if you are in your checklist, not much has changed under checklists, with the exception of the buttons that are on the right. So in here, it's the same thing. You can, upload it, changes to the same colors. The difference is that if you're going to type me a note, there's this little button right here that you can add a note. You can type anything in there. Please be kind, obviously, but you can type anything in there and send it to me, and then it will go straight into that section right there. Also, that's where my notes go, but that button didn't used to be there. You'd have to type it separately. Now, you also have the ability to assign a document from right there. When you assign it, it'll go straight to that spot. So for instance, and actually because I did that yesterday, I'm going to do this one right here. If you go to assign, you have the ability to assign it from your buyer documents, which is what is the documents on this file. You have the ability to assign it from your home folder. So if you have something and you put it in your home folder from weeks ago and you want it in this transaction, you can assign it from your home folder and move it right over here by clicking on it and hitting finish, and it'll not remove it from your home folder, but it'll copy it to this transaction page. The other thing that you have the ability, you will have the ability to do within the next 2 weeks or so, they're hoping to have it up and running, is that you can grant access. So when you're on a particular document, you can grant access to any of these people here. It's going to, obviously it's defaulted to sending it to all of these people, but the thing is it's not, even though that those buttons are there, they aren't going to just randomly have an email that says you have access to these documents. What it is it creates a portal, and there will be a portal link on the right that you will give your escrow company, or you can give your buyer or whatever, and any of the documents that you have selected for that person to see, they will be able to just go into the portal and open it up, and they can access all those documents. But they can't do it unless you've given them the portal link. The other thing is that what they're working on right now it says outside agent. That will include our office agents as well. I did put in a request yesterday to change it to other agent, but I will see if the developers can fix that part of it before it rolls out. But I'll let you guys know when that's up and running. And like I said, you will have to go in though. So if you wanted escrow to see just the purchase contract and so forth, you could grant them access on just those documents, so they don't see the disclosures or anything like that.
How do you send them the portal link?
There will be a portal link when it comes out on this right side here, and then you'll just send it to them, or you can tell them, and then they'll go in and log in like a secure login. Okay, under buyer documents or seller documents, whatever the case may be, you have a few different capabilities here as well. You have the upload button right down here, which is your standard just uploading documents. You have selecting from a home folder, and you can select straight from your home folder. Ignore the e-sign, because the e-sign sucks in here, and they haven't perfected that. And it doesn't apply to DocuSign and digital ink, it's just their e-sign in here, so you guys won't use that button for now. I know yesterday we had the question, what is zip and what is merge in here? You can select, so at the end of a transaction, if your client wants all of their information or all of the disclosures that you've uploaded, you can select in here. If you zip them, it'll compress them just like it would from your documents page, and it'll go straight into your computer and you can save it as a zipped folder. If you're trying to send them a huge folder, you know, it's everything, I recommend zipping it. It will compress it down and you'll be able to actually send it and not get an error message. The other possibility is that you can merge them. So if you go in and you click on those two, you can click merge as well. You can rename it. It will send whatever documents you click on, it will merge them into one folder. So you'll see they didn't take them away, but it combined those two pages to this right here. And then you can take and you can send this one thing. But it's not, it's not zipped, so it's still going to be large if you have multiple folders in there. However, you can also just take this and click on it and upload it to a disk or anything like that, or click print if it's not a lot of pages and you want to give it to them in a hard copy. It's definitely beneficial for your clients. And 1 second. The other capability that you guys have now, and I know that some of you have seen it, but is history. If you click on history, if you are questioning at all, if you've sent something in, or if I've actually seen it, if you go on here, you're going to be able to go through and see everything, you know, that has been done on this file. So you'll get, you know, the address, or the date, the time, who sent it in, who has seen it, who uploaded it, when they did it, all that stuff. And you'll be able to tell whether or not something has happened. So the information doesn't just disappear, and you'll be able to go back in and access that at any time. One question I got yesterday under documents was why, once you split something, because it's the same as it was before to split or assign. Once you split it, they were like, well, why doesn't this go away? It really drives me crazy when I get a PDF file. And let me show you one that I'm talking about. It drives everyone crazy that they've split this particular file and it's still named 1259001. And someone said, why can't we remove it? The purpose is that if you split a document, if you split this and you forget a page by chance, and then I say you're missing page 2 of the SPQ and you say, no, I know I have it. If you've deleted this, it's gone. So you can go back in and do it. However, you do have the capability of renaming it. So you can click rename, you can change it to whatever coding you want to do, whether it's fully executed disclosures, split, and the date, or whatever you want to name it, and then just hit save and it will rename it to what you want to. And then you know what's been done and what hasn't, and it's a little bit easier to navigate these buttons. Same capability here, you can click uploaded and you can get it to adjust to the time and the date stamp in the order that it was uploaded and not the order of the name. And then if you accidentally click that button and you want it to be in alphabetical order, you can go back over and click on name. Okay. All right. Anybody have questions? You guys are a questionless group.
You're just doing such a great job explaining.
They
So
must
many
add all this, they
questions
must add all the
yesterday.
same questions that,
Yeah.
that you just answered.
Yeah. Was there anything else that you covered yesterday?
I don't think so. What did we go into? Was there any other?
We did the to-dos.
And did everybody hear the voicemail that Nicole left today about
Oh, yeah.
Internet Explorer?
Yes. I have Edge and it works for Edge.
Yes,
It
it
works
will work
through
for
almost
it.
everything except Internet Explorer.
I can get my file.
Yeah.
Is there a way on the calendar that you could put like floor times into there? Like integrate the floor time sheet so that it would shoot out floor time?
So I'll show you.
Sometimes I'm like,
Right?
I'll show
Especially if
you.
it's
One of the
super
things
high.
that would be really cool is if we could create a floor time calendar.
Right.
But the problem with that is that if you've ever seen the floor time, okay, it's constantly crossed out, changed. I mean, so I don't know how we would be able to manage that. But you can do it individually for yourself.
Right.
But having a master floor time,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to
Too many
have that.
changes,
I'd like to
right.
have a schedule that I could look at
Right.
that I knew was
Too
accurate.
many changes.
But
I mean, you can definitely still use the calendar. It's usable. It just is, it's 8 steps to put in one event.
Oh,
So,
let's do it.
What about Paula or somebody
It's-
uploading the new ones and everything's changed?
there would literally
it
be
gets
5
changed 5
events
times a
per
day. It's changed 5 times a day.
We can't post our open houses direct to Facebook, I believe. Yeah, or can we?
You should be able to now. There was a bug in the system yesterday.
Oh, we did go over that yesterday. You want to go
Yeah.
over that real quick?
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to.
Oh.
Yeah, it's for now.
Click,
Okay.
click on, just click over on the record, see if you can pull it up.
No, you
So
can't
it's
click on it
not-
like that.
So can you, alright, so
Piece of-
view it. Okay, so it's
So
there.
that's working.
But it's not, because you're in Paula and it's sending Vicky. See what I'm saying? It's not branded to Paula.
Yeah.
So that's not working right.
But if you go into like, I posted mine for this weekend onto the Cold Banker, onto the IQ, and then what I used to do was share it from IQ onto Facebook, but there doesn't seem to be a link to that. So I don't know if you can pull up the one that I just put on IQ for the weekend, which is 185 Rockland Road.
That'd be great.
Go to actions again, Nicole. Go back to actions on the North Bay one.
Okay.
And then, or maybe it's showcase. Click on showcase, but do what? No, showcase with the circle on the right. Click that. No, but see, you're in Vicky's.
No,
You're
she's
in
got
Vic-
all
you're in
the
Vicky's.
things in the office, I think is what she's on.
Yeah, it's not working the way it was.
But that doesn't have my name on it.
Yeah, I did at the top. If you look V Smith at cbskywars.com up top.
It is?
Yeah, see the
Oh,
the bar? It's automatically going into your website. So, what's supposed to happen there is it's supposed to be branded to whatever agent is sharing that information. Is how that's supposed to work. Try a different one. Try go down to the next one.
That one's on the
That's
left.
what
so
I'm
let me
Go to
go
let's do 160 Cedar Ridge.
And
then view.
My listings to the right.
Then view.
I always did it from the Facebook one and it worked.
No, see that's mine. Cold Banker Rocks.
Yeah. There is bugs in the system right now, and we have called them. So it's not functioning the way some of you are used to it functioning. So that's why.
Yeah,
We're
we just need to
testing.
bring it to their attention. Before yesterday, you couldn't even get that far. So they've improved it.
I mean, if you guys can understand, when I call, I'm calling tech people who go, it's not me, it's you. And then I have to walk through them and make them log into my screen and see what it is. And half of my conversations go like this. So it takes quite a bit of steps. So they have progressed from yesterday, because yesterday you couldn't click anything. So I'll call again. Sophie
can you
has to go to this one,
Oh, okay.
just so she
Well,
can
just
see.
because I put it into the, you know, I posted it on the IQ for this weekend, and now I want to share that open house onto my Facebook page, which is how I thought I used to be able to do it.
Open houses.
So, yeah, one's this.
Which one? Where is it? That's 3, 5. Scroll down.
Joe's doing my open house.
Okay.
Right, so
click on that. Maybe click on the date on the far left. No.
Let's do this and we'll just delete it and see.
No. Do her.
Just do it,
Yeah. So do it. Friday 3rd.
We'll remove it after.
Come in and call into an open house.
Finish.
She's gonna love that.
No.
comes up when because then it normally comes up with your picture and everything, and then you can do action and then post it to the
It's right there.
Can you highlight it?
Well, there is an actions tab at the top.
Go to details.
But you'd be out of the open house.
So maybe there's an open house action.
No.
So that's not working. So go out of that. Hit close. So go back to that one. Go back to the Cedar Ridge property. Okay, yeah, Cedar Ridge. Okay, and then let's. It should open up when you click on it too. That's the other thing we need to know.
Yeah.
Do Facebook for showcase. No.
Log in, that's what we can do it here.
Do you want me to log in?
Yeah. Do Steve at cbskyridge.com.
I don't know it.
That's so easy when it's in there.
It's just email.
Forgive it.
Okay, everyone look.
Everyone's gonna know so we can hack Steve simultaneously.
Why is Chrissy the number one agent for the next?
Okay, hit never. Hit never, please. Hit never. Okay, and then post to Facebook.
It says share on your timeline, is that what you're? Yeah. So I guess we can check on that.
All right. So, but I want to see what it look. I want to see what it looks like when you go. So go to Facebook and look at my profile.
It looks like a link to Coldwell Banker. The contact
On
bottom
your
is
phone, it's
too
just a
cute.
link, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not. Click on it. See what happens.
You do go to the property.
Showcase. Okay. So it does kind of,
That's
but
what
it does.
Adriana was saying yesterday.
Yeah. So it's not giving the photograph. So it doesn't have an appealing link. Pardon me?
Why does it say Coldwell?
It has a video.
That's a URL that I have.
Oh, okay.
It says Coldwell Banker does rock.
Is that gonna be for just you?
That's what it says.
Yeah, that's mine. That's my own.
It can't be yours. Got it, okay.
Not for you.
It's not for you, yeah.
Would you call that so YouTube?
No suit for you.
And some days I can rock too.
Okay.
You could do 30 rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I own the rocks. So. Okay, so we have some stuff to work on that part of it. But the main thing about today was to get you guys up to speed with the differences on the uploading aspect of it, and then also introduce you to entering your clients. If you want to find out about somebody, you want to get the information about them, then you put their email, and it's all keying off the email address. Okay, So if I use steve@cbskyridge as my email address and my social media platforms, that's where it's going to show up. Now, if I give you steve@stephenkeefe.com, you're not going to see quite as rich of a thing. You might see some of it, but you're not going to see all of it. So
And then some people that don't
it's
have-
interesting for you to be able to do a little bit of research pretty quickly on somebody. Let's say someone calls and wants to meet you at a house. Okay, well, I need your email address, I need your cell phone number, and if nothing shows up, then well, I mean, very rarely is somebody's not going to show up. I mean, unless they're a serial email changer,
Stalker.
right? Where they change their emails all the time.
The other thing I know we covered yesterday is with Steve. I know Steve and Jamie and myself all get it. You guys come and ask, what have I made this year? I'm not going to open up a report, but if you go into my transaction reports, you will have a year-to-date there. You will have all of these reports are available to you, so you can open them up, so you can see what you've made for the year.
How many listings you've taken,
Yeah.
and, all that kind of stuff.
Or when you get closings, if you guys watch, some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. When you get closings, when I get the checks and I mark it closed in this system, it sends a summary report to you that has a summary for that transaction. But in the corner of it, it will tell you your year-to-date, your, where you stand and so forth on there. But you can also pull up your reports here. So you can access that. If you guys are approaching April and your clients are asking where their closing statement is and they didn't get it from us or escrow or anything and you need it, you can go into your old files like I showed you. You can pull that up. And you can get the statement right from there. So you can always access that at any time, anywhere, if you need it. Really quickly on the calendar, if you go to do, your calendar looks like this. It's pretty simple, but if you want to create an event or a to-do, you can have multiple calendars in there. When they do get this perfected, there will be an interface to where you can sync your different calendars with this one so that you can access all of your stuff in here. There is also in progress a mobile app that you can open it on your mobile phone. Steve was having some sizing or issues on certain pages, but you can open it now on your mobile. It has that capability, but there will be an actual app that's released soon. Sorry. You can pretend and not download the app. That's perfectly fine. But as you can see though, there's 8 steps to adding something. So you can, I'm going to go ahead and give her this task yet again because she marked it as complete and it's not. If you click next, you can set the date and so forth. I'm just going to actually set it as an all-day event. And then I'm going to click next. You can set a reminder. And you can set it for
Reminder every 5 minutes.
All day long.
Email reminder, yes. Text, yeah. Give her both, yes and yes. Next.
Just so we're all clear, yesterday she cringed when she realized that Steve was sitting here and she didn't have documents in a folder and there was nothing in there. And he's like, really? It's been listed that long? One time a reoccurring.
Reoccurring, of course. Daily. Everyone. Occurrences, no end date. And finish.
Really hate that she gave us access to.
All right.
Okay, so now when you go back back into your screen once it refreshes. She now has a to-do.
Oh,
It's every day. Every day. Tomorrow, 2 days.
All of her houses. So you have that capability. As you can see, it's not that big of a deal, but I just asked them to simplify the steps to make it less, because I think some of you will, I'll lose you at step 2. And
Like
then
maybe multiple things.
What's messaging?
so
why are we here again?
in messaging, which
Oh, great.
this is going to be the funny one. So for a long time, all of you kept telling me, I sent you an email and it's Nicole@cbsr.biz, and I kept saying that doesn't exist, and I realized that we all have a blank @cbsr.biz. So in your messaging, if you get a bounce back or you get any notifications or anything like that, your emails will go right here to messaging. Okay, which mine get bounce backs and all that stuff, but obviously this is from March, so you guys aren't getting it that often. Yeah, no, 2018, March 27, 2018.
I was wondering where.
And Brady,
I know, I was wondering where.
I'm
that was.
sorry, but your email didn't go through.
I've been waiting for this document for months.
City's been waiting for years. She's got one there from 2016.
I've never got paid from that.
You're gonna have to pay her again.
So one thing that you can do is you'll be like, hers is the P crate, so it would be like I think well, I'll use me like or I'm Nicole@cbsr.biz, but you guys are individually what your login is at cbsr.biz. So that's another way to get your documents in there to put in your home folder.
Why is my email no good?
I don't know. You're asking me something from months ago. I'm not sure. I don't know. Remember, that was when you were having email issues for a while with every time we were sending. Mm-hmm. We were all getting bounce backs. We're going to just sum it up at that.
All right. Any other questions, guys?
You did good.
Okay. Give Nicole a round of applause.